So what does Auset Gypsy mean?
Ooh. The second $1 million question. What does Auset Gypsy mean? To me personally, it means everything now. Everything. And before I explain what it means, over the years of doing this, and I've been doing this 25 plus years now at this point, I've had people who love what I do. They like my personality. They're totally impressed with the metaphysical and tarot skills. And I'm always, of course, I'm flattered by that. It means I'm still doing something right. I've been asked to change that name a couple of times over the years because they didn't understand what it meant. And I couldn't do it. And then it would cause some disagreement, which would usually lead to parties going separate ways. But I had to hold on to a name. You know, there's a funny saying, so what's in a name? Sometimes everything. And in the name Auset Gypsy, it's my whole history with this. And I couldn't give it up. The way I got this name was through a friend of mine, again, back in the Mystics of the Seven Veils days at Universal Studios Orlando. Because we had to wear these illustrious costumes, we were starting to be confused with entertainment. Now, we were entertainment, yes, but we weren't entertainment making this up. We were professional psychics and fortune tellers. And they also had Universal Entertainment, which also were characters and beautiful costumes. And the guest was getting confused about, were we actors or what was what? So they decided they wanted us to start wearing name tags like the employees would have to wear. But a lot of us felt, well, you know, they're so intense about the perfection of theming and a costume. This tag is going to throw it all off. And so we had to start wearing name tags. However, I was young, I was robust, I was arrogant, and I felt I didn't want to wear a name tag. And for multiple reasons. One of the reasons was my name. I worked with people who had very exotic names, and I was already fighting the age thing, that I was too young. I was already fighting the guy thing because I was a guy. And then all of a sudden, if my name was James with a name tag, these people for sure would think all I was the guy who swept up at the end of the night after the real fortune tellers went home. So my manager and good friend at the time, her name was Faria. That's her birth name. She naturally has this beautiful name. And she's like, you have to start wearing a name tag or they're going to start docking you pay from your paycheck. Now, we got paid more handsomely than a lot of entertainment because we were third-party vendors. So we made a lot of money at this thing. So, you didn't want to lose a penny here and there. But I still resisted. I'm like, no, not wearing a name tag. So I came to work one day and she handed me this little box and I opened it and asked, what is this? And she's like, it's your new name. And I looked down on this name tag and it read, Auset Gypsy. I'm like, what is this? And she explained that Auset is the French Egyptian pronunciation of the Egyptian goddess Isis. And she said, Isis is your muse, you love her, you talk about her, you do everything in the name of Isis, and she's been your best friend. She's like, but everyone knows in America that Isis is a girl's name. She's like, so I did a little research and found Auset. No one's going to know what that means except you and me. She goes, and Gypsy, well, for the obvious, you're our house gypsy. So you are now Auset Gypsy. And then friends in marketing and friends in PR and branding, they created my first logo and my first website. And I didn't even know what a website was. This is how far back we're going. And I'm like, who's going to look at this? They're like, everybody around the world will. So Auset Gypsy did have a lead in the race of internet, personality. However, I just came late to computers and didn't devote a lot of attention and time at the moment to computers. But had my name, had my brand, and had my new logo. And they threw me out into the world. And there started Auset Gypsy. The name tag I no longer have. I actually met Nancy Wilson from Heart by chance and by fate one day in Tampa. And she and I got to talking a little bit about astrology and this outfit she made for her dog, because I noticed that this outfit was made from a pair of pants that I also owned. And because I was starstruck and I love Heart, I wanted to give her a piece of me, so I gave her my Auset Gypsy name tag. And I did notice that night, with all the other pins on her guitar strap at that show, that name tag was on there. So, written in the stars that Auset Gypsy even introduced me to one of my big musical icons and influences. So Auset Gypsy started out as a kind of snarky nickname, turned into a logo, turned into a brand, and now it means everything to me. And here I am today. That's the story of the name.